Hello everybody, it's me, Bling Bling Boy from Johnny Test. So we're making a tier list for Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Heritage for the Future because why not? So we got E, D, C, B, A, S, and S plus. Now I don't think there's even much of a contest. We just immediately put these two, like Pet Shop and Kakyoin are just so broken. Okay, so for the rest of it, let's actually do it. No, okay, and also, yeah, she kind of sucks. So now let's actually do it properly. So Midler, Midler, more like mid tier. Yeah. Basically, the thing with Midler, right, is that like, it's not that she's bad. It's more the fact like, she takes a while to like get used to, both fighting and like fighting against. She's a weird character with a bunch of weird moves and. I say weird a lot in these videos, don't I? Maybe it's like because I'm not good at talking. Okay, I'm thinking of putting her in A tier because I know you can get really good results with her, but like I'll put her in A tier. She has a voice super, so yeah. Dio, you think would be like one of the best characters. He's like A. He's like mid A if I remember, because like the problem with Dio, right, is that like he has so many terrible moves. Like I think it's his like 4-2-1 or something. It's like the move like the world like teleports behind, like punches like the other player, and it's hard to hit. And even if it does hit, it does like nothing. It's so bad. So next we got this is Hol Horse, the entire stallion, the I got nothing. So here's the infinite debate. Is he B tier? Is he A tier? Is he overpowered? Personally, no. If you're just playing a character with a good roll, or you just know how to roll, he's kind of a jerk. Like, it's really easy to avoid a lot of his projectile spam. And a lot of Hol Horses only know how to spam. Because this isn't like a pure, like, this is objectively how good they are. No, just like the average, if that makes sense. This is the average of how good they are. Because, like, I've seen, I think it's Potato Boy, he's like the really good Mariah main. But, like, yeah, outside of him, there's really not a whole, like, lot of, like, amazing, like, Mariah players. So we're just going off the average player, okay? So the average player, like, they've got some good game sense. Like, this is how they do with these characters. So Jotaro, S tier, not much debate there. Jotaro's pretty good in all areas. He's a lot easier than a lot of people like to make him seem. Like, it's not like Dio levels are overrated, when it's like, this guy's literally the single hardest thing you'll ever do in the game. Like, he was the first character I beat story mode with. And yeah, just in general, like, Jotaro's a good character. He's very consistent. Like, he has like some of the best normals in the game. So just in general, like, yeah, Jojo's good. He's a very good character. Polnareff. You know, another S character. Over Jojo. Because here's the thing, Polnareff, right? It's the mix-ups, or it's because of the shooting star. I think that's what it's called. It's the move where, like, Silver Chariot goes to the corner of the screen, and it's like, ironically enough, I think Mariah's like one of the only characters who has like a good option against that. Your only real option when a Polnareff throws that out is to like dodge or just attack them in the meantime, like, because Polnareff is just in general he's really good. Okay, like, there's not much to say. Now Rubber Soul, my personal main, you know, this guy, he has, first of all, the best grab in the game, hands down. He has a pretty solid counter, which is always good because counters are really good for countering Jotaro, because like the average Jotaro player has 2 brain cells and knows only aura and aura. So, but here's the thing when it comes to Rubber Soul, right? Outside of he has an amazing grab, a good counter, and like the one like ridiculous like jump A and then jump S, which is like a really good combo. Like, he's not too amazing. I say this as someone who mains this guy, right? So he's a high B. He's high B. New Kakyoin. He's new. He has sunglasses. That means he's immediately better. But nah, and also, a lot of people like to say this guy is like, oh, he's so bad and all that. Like, no, like, he has slightly worse mobility, but that's one of Kakyoin's like most amazing strings. That his dash for some reason is like Luigi's wave dash in Melee. So honestly, I think Because like new Kakyoin really only struggles with like first of all his like the weird dash. His stand on dash is it's weird. I don't get it. It's this weird like horizontal thing, and I what's the point of it? It just leaves you open because it's so slow. Like if it was fast, then like hell yeah, that would be cool. But no, you're just there. So and he does less damage than normal Kakyoin. Like they don't like he still can do damage, but like his 236 stand on super is like the worst super in the game. Not that it can't hit. It's actually one of the easier ones to hit in the game. It's one of the like easiest whiff punishers. But it literally, I'm not even joking. His grab does more damage on average. So, but he is still really good. I'm starting to main him a little. Is he better or worse than Midler? Tell you what, because he's Kakyoin, I think it's just worth giving him A. Devo, the hardest character, hands down. He's like A. He's like he's above Dio, but like he's not amazing. Here's the thing with Devo, right? He is really good, but he struggles too much with like if you end up going against someone who knows what they're doing and just like is able to like pretty much like keep their distance from the puppet no matter what, he's really good into his character. And just in general, like he's a hard character to play. Most people have like no idea how to start with him. I don't. I'm not gonna lie. Tried playing him once. All I did was just crouch because for some reason Devo goes just so low. He's the carpet god. He's the god of carpets. So, Iggy, I'm gonna be honest with you. I barely play him. I rarely see him. I rarely play him. But from what I've heard, he's like a B tier. He's like a mid B tier. I'm just going off the tier list and some casual things I've heard. Because like again, and I've never had enough experience with Iggy to really say anything. Black Polnareff. Yeah, I know it's technically Anubis, but come on, they knew what they were doing. So the C or B? Okay, because this is another big debate. Personally, because here's the thing when it comes to Polnareff. If he didn't have the 214 super, would you even touch him? No. Most of his normals are fine. He has a fairly decent counter. He has a couple of good like specials, like his 623. But yeah, like they're not that good. There's no reason to just not play Polnareff instead of like any other character. But like because of the 214A and like his fairly decent counter, he can be in C. Alessi, again, another character I have little to no experience with, but I can at least see why. Iggy is a bit weird, no one plays him. It's Alessi. Who the hell's gonna be like, oh, Alessi's my favourite character? Like, no. First of all, this guy's the bane of my existence, because I don't know why more people don't talk about how horrible the Rubber versus Alessi matchup is. Because if he has stand on, he pretty much has a giant hit, like a giant way of just attacking you. When you're in, like, because you literally, Rubber Soul's only move that can hit from that range is like his 236 super. But he doesn't have like the insane ability of like Jotaro or something. So he just has to suffer. So yeah, this might be a little bit biased, but I'm putting him in low B. He's above Hol Horse. No, hang on, we've got to move around this tier. Yeah, that's fair. Is he better or worse than Hol Horse? I'd say Hol Horse is better than less, because most of them have more experience with Hol Horse. So yeah. Oingo! It sounds like a horrible disease. He goes in D. He's not quite Mariah levels of terrible, where he's borderline useless, but at the same time, like, it's Oingo. Like, he's a zoner with a command grab super. What? Like, Capcom, that's not how you design characters. I'm not even joking. Why? Why would you design him like that? It's so weird. And the pipe super, which is like impossible to hit. I must admit, I do prefer his color scheme more. I like his sprites more. Yeah, he looks cool. Dio, Shadow Dio. Unpopular opinion, better than regular Dio. Cause here's the thing with like regular Dio, right? He has so many like he has one of the largest movesets in the game, but most of them kind of suck. Dio is the opposite. He doesn't have a lot of moves. Dio only really has a few, but he's really good with what? No, tell you what, yeah, he goes to the top of B. No, Rubber Souls. Because this thing, right? I just remembered like how horrible his 236A, I think that's the one where he just swipes and it does like no damage. Like most normals in the game do like more consistent and reliable damage than that. It's so horrible. Why did they put that in the game and thought, oh yeah, this is good? No. Young Joseph, Jojo. C. Is he better than? I'd say he's better than Beeple, mostly because of the spam. Like the thing is with like Jojo, Young Joseph has just like, it's hard to sort of talk about Young Joseph in like a weird way, because like, maybe it's just me, but he's just like gone off the face of the earth. No one plays him anymore. Probably because they realized like, yeah, outside of his baby combos, he doesn't really have a whole lot. You can just spam clackers and that's it. Like, he's still good, and I definitely do like his sprites. Again, like, if you talk about how much the sprites in this game are like great, I love them. But yeah, just like in general, Young Joseph, he's a cool guy, and yeah, not much more to say. That he's cool. He's not very good. Old Joseph, he's like better than, no, he's worse than Iggy. First of all, his wake up animation's like the longest in the game. And also just in general, like, he's just like, Hermit Purple is like a really, he's like, he has a counter, and it's definitely one of the better counters in the game, but like, problem is, there's something that makes like old Joseph, like, you know, the cool, if that makes sense. He's just like, they could literally just put Young Joseph in a game, in like a Street Fighter or something, give him a whip instead of Hermit Purple, and like, it wouldn't be any different. This guy's like really like, just, I wouldn't exactly say he's generic, but like, there's nothing like that makes me go, yeah, that's like a cool thing you can do with old Joseph. Again, it's another example of when not enough people play him for me to really get that much of an opinion. So anyway, Avdol. This guy is he better or worse than Jotaro? Again, I have more experience with like playing Jotaro and all that, so I'll put Jotaro higher, because, okay, first of all, this guy's the god of neutral. Avdol is the god of... Is it Avdol or Avdol? But like, yeah, this guy's like the god of neutral, because like so many of his moves are great there. But like, again, it's hard to speak because I only know like one person who actually plays him. Not a lot of people really play him all too much, so it's kind of hard for me to get a good like read on him. But like, yeah, from what I have seen, and like, yeah, he seems like really good, and I'm honestly surprised more people don't. No, Chaka. Go to the bottom of A tier solely because like he's really good, but the damage, he does like no damage on anything. Like, if they ever like re-release this game or make like a remake or like just make a sequel, please. But like, yeah, if they ever make like a remake or sequel or whatever, like, make Chaka just do more damage. He needs it so badly. He could honestly, I could see him being an S tier if he just had like better like damage. But no, so many of his moves just like do like nothing, you know. So anyway, Khan, spinny funny, shire, akoto yorikase. So where do we put the god himself? No, okay. A lot of people say he's D tier. I've always thought of as C tier. He has like the most predictable strategy of just jump C 2A, the occasional spinny funny. But like, you still can't, those are really good moves. Like, his jump C is a really good overhead, and just in general, like, yeah, if you were like not hyper hopping, which is hard for me to do since like you use a controller and it's not really like good with that, but like, yeah, he can actually be a pretty decent like a damage character, but like he's not great. He's not even like a B tier, but like you still get results with him, you know. Now Vanilla Ice, this guy makes me want to cry. Why? Simple. His fucking tandems, holy shit. Because most tandems do like way less damage than the actual like moves, so they can rank up damage over time. But I don't know what they were doing with Vanilla Ice. That doesn't happen. He just does like ungodly amounts of damage. It's painful. It makes you want to cry. that was my fake crying. Rate it out of 10, please. So yeah, this is my tier list. It's nothing too amazing, but yeah, So look at this out. Are there any last minute changes I want to make? Okay. No, there you go. There it is. The finished product. I don't know what else you want from me. Spinny, funny.